Hi, Tim. How are you?
I'm doing great. How's it going over there? You guys staying warm?
Uh, I guess by Russian standards, it's warm. It's about in Fahrenheit, it's about 15 degrees right now in Moscow, so it's okay. I've seen worse. I'm not a big fan of cold weather, but I'm also not a big fan of hot weather.
Well, I'm here in
Anyway,
Dallas, and it's below freezing this whole week. We're supposed to get down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit on Monday and get 6 inches of snow. So go figure.
in
Getting that weather
Dallas,
in Dallas. Yeah.
wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been.
adapt and adjust. It's good. A little fun before the 110 degrees starts up.
Anyway, Tim, first of all, I want to thank you very much for an opportunity to work with your wonderful products. We are publishing two of your books. One was a bestseller when it came out. That was the book Frictionless. It's already out in Russia. The second book that's going to come out very soon is your book Fearless, which, from what I understand, is already a bestseller in the United States. Didn't take long, took days
Yes,
for it
sir.
to become a big.
2 days and we got it. Maybe 3 days.
3 days and it became a bestseller. So,
Absolutely.
and today we want to speak about another amazing product of yours, which is the Playbook. And from what I know, there are guides and tools to structure salespeople work, but there's no real analog which is as powerful and as thought through as this book. We're going to talk about it in a minute. Do you have that book to show?
Absolutely. We got lots of them. Here, this side might be easier to see it.
All
Yes,
right.
sir. Playbook. It's obviously we have the Russian version, got the English version. It's a must-have for a salesperson that wants to really stay organized, succeed, have goals, just to plan their future and control their day.
Tim, speaking of the Playbook, tell us what it is. We already published the first small trial run. Not a big one. When it came out of the printing house, it was already sold out. So
wow. Congratulations.
there's a lot of interest towards this book. I obviously know what it is. We put a lot of work in fine tuning it to the specific Russian realities.
Mm-hmm.
But I want our audience, which already knows who you are, and for those who don't, I want to mention again that Tim Kintz is the president of the Kintz Group, the leading source and sought-after source of car dealership sales training and management techniques. He works with car dealers throughout the United States and Canada, and even some other outside of out of Canada and the United States. But anyway, so tell us, what is this book? In your own words, why it is important, why it gives value to salespeople in the everyday activities.
I think the most important thing with the Playbook, and there's a lot of important things, but it goes back to what we've talked about, is you control your day or your day controls you. And it's about being organized. It's about having your goals in front of you every single day. It's about making sure you know what your numbers are, what your stats, what your tendencies and probabilities are, so you can make course corrections throughout the month, instead of waiting to the end of the month and always trying to pull your month out. It's about really self-reflection at the end of every month. And what were my wins? What were my losses? What were my challenges? How can I always get better? It's not designed to replace a CRM or a digital customer management tool. It's designed to support it, right? It's not designed to be a kind of a customer base, any of that. It supports a CRM. It's there to keep me on track every day. We all have digital planners. The challenge with digital planners is we type letters. When we write words, and then there's meaning to it. And all of us take notes. All of us write stuff down. Problem is, some of us are organized in a disorganized manner. We got stuff written down on legal pads, and we got sticky notes, and we got this planner here, and we got notes in our phone, and man, we got stuff all over the place. The whole idea of the sales playbook was to have one set system that every salesperson is using, and it's open in front of them every day, all day, and it keeps you on task. And it also helps managers be able to help coach you and know what's working, what's not working, and what can I do to help you get better.
Mm-hmm. So let me just underscore it. So the playbook, in your own words, is the tool that does not replace CRM, and it's not intended to replace CRM. Right. It helps the salespeople structure their work, put in certain goals, daily targets, and work through them, and get more than probably anything, get organized, get everything in their place. Just like you said, some people are organized in disorganized manner. I just love your expressions. But anyway, organized in disorganized manner. And that's not just for the people that are organized in disorganized manner. It's for people that are, they just want to get better organized. They want to structure their work. They want to do the best they can with their everyday activities. Now, Tim, I want to ask you a question. This is important for us. There is already big interest, not just for us, but for people who might be buying the book. It's not a very, I shouldn't say cheap. It's not an inexpensive tool. It's a valuable tool, and it will pay off for itself in no time, but people will be looking at it as an investment, and they should. But the question is this: there's already a following to the Kintz Group in Russia. People can't wait to see you here in person. But for right now, with all this travel madness, you're not coming. And we are working on it, but your training is not at the moment available in Russia. I want to give our audience a little preview. The book is supported by 10 training videos, which are very informative, very simple. I like how you make everything simple. You actually even underscored that whatever you do should be simple. But anyway, we narrated them in Russian, and they will provide playbook users, just like in the United States, with support. Are those videos sufficient for people to buy those books, watch them, watch the videos, go through the book, obviously read it? There is a lot of motivational and relational information in the book, and use it? Or should they just hold off until you come to Russia? Is the book self-supportive with videos?
Yes. If you wait until I come there, you will never get the 6 months or 1 year back of your life. It's not the decisions we regret in life. It's the indecisions. It's make the decision to get control of your career. This playbook is designed by car people for car people. This playbook is, you will not be great at it when you first start doing it. It will ask you questions and make you think out of the box, and it will challenge you in the goal setting part to rate yourself, to look at your skills, to think long-term different than chances most of us ever have before. The playbook is broken down. Basically, you got 3 parts. We've got the first section of the playbook is all about your quarterly goals and your plan and how you're going to get there, whether it's your personal WIGs, your wildly important goals, or if it's your professional wildly important goal. What is that number 1 goal? What will you achieve with no option for failure, personal and professional? I believe you have to have balance in life. If you don't have balance, personal and professional, then chances are you're not going to have success at either one of them long term. So you start doing it. Perfection's the enemy of progress. If you wait for the perfect time to do it, you'll never progress. It's kind of like I always say, ready, fire, aim. Let's get it going. It typically takes about 2 playbooks to really start understanding, wow, this thing's kick-ass. I need to be doing it. And when you get to your 3rd playbook and you start answering those questions in the goal setting, all of a sudden your mind's expanded, and it's that aha moment, right? It's Christmas tree lights. You plug Christmas tree lights in, they all come on at once. That's not how the playbook works. You just got to start doing it.
I want to make a comment and sort of help our audience understand what you just said. You said takes 2 playbooks, and I want to explain to our audience that each playbook covers 3 months. They are quarterly books. They're supporting, each book supports 3 months of work, of everyday work. So 2 playbooks, meaning it takes up to 6 months. And I also, once having said that, I want to underscore something which I mentioned before, but obviously I watched your videos, your support videos for the playbook, and I translated and narrated them. There is an important part. It's sort of a 2-edged sword. In one of those videos, you mentioned that there's a lot of sophisticated skills that went into designing this book. I think that if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe in one of those videos you mentioned that some of your goals and projections were were designed by a mathematician. However,
Yes.
the book, okay, so I was right. However, the book is very simple to use. It's not a complicated tool. You're not going to get lost in all those numbers and pages. Could you say just a few words about the simplicity of I know about it, but I want to hear from your own mouth.
Right. Well, the cool thing about it is there's a lot of numbers that we need to know. You know, in sales is a numbers game. If you know the numbers, you control the game. If you don't know the numbers, the game controls you. And I wanted to make sure that I was giving you the detail that you need without overwhelming you with the detail, right? You said, keep it simple, right? Keep it KISS method, keep it simple, salesperson. And how can we keep it simple yet deep enough that we know what we need to do? And when you're going through the numbers, we had a professor at University of Texas, a math professor. And I said, I need these numbers. I need to know exactly how many demonstration drives I need to do every month to be able to sell my goal, whatever that number is. How many write-ups, committed write-ups, negotiations do I need to do to hit my goal? How many customers, fresh ups do I need to talk to? How many digital leads? How many appointments? Those numbers feed the beast. Those pay your bills today. That's what gets deposited in your bank account, not the end results. So what I told him was, here's the number I need. Now I need you to figure a math problem out that I believe at the time my 3rd grade daughter needed to be able to do the math problem. So it needed to give us detailed numbers in a simple way. And at the time, my 3rd grade daughter, she could do the math problem. So if you got a challenge with it, then we need to go back to elementary school. But it really is easy. But the more you do it, the more you get that aha moment and you realize, damn, this is pretty easy. I can't believe I haven't been doing this my whole career. And if you're new, man, this is going to give you that foundation, that base that you need. So when you come in every day, you know what it takes to be successful. You're not on a hope system. I hope I have a good day. I hope I sell a car. I hope I get somebody to show up. No. You don't worry about that. You know what you have to do to succeed. And that's what I love about the math and the statistics, the sabermetrics, basically, of the playbook.
It was very important. That's why I underscored it. It seems that whether be that technologies, tools, or anything else, if it's simple, it works. Just like iPhone, it's a very expensive mobile phone, and they don't even have the manual for it. Remember those days back 30 years ago when you could kill somebody with a manual that was so thick, and right now Apple doesn't have a manual because it's simple. Anyway, so I just want to underscore The book is good for the new salespeople, for rookie salespeople, because from the very beginning, it will give them the structure, understanding how to structure the day, starting from the days, the month, the quarters. It's good. It's just as good for the pros, because it may fix some bad behavior that is stuck within them, and they will appreciate the structured approach. The book is, I'll edit by myself because I already know it. The book is an excellent tool. And again, please, if I say something that you haven't said, correct me if I'm wrong. The book is probably not just a great, but a perfect tool for the team leaders or the sales managers or general sales managers to ensure that each member of the team is taking their work seriously and inputting enough time and effort into their own success, which will ultimately lead to their team success. So that's the value of the book for pretty much anybody in the sales department of the car dealership all the way up to the general manager. You know that our sponsor is the sponsor of our project, of our automotive knowledge library, is Avito Auto. They are the largest automotive, not just automotive, they're the largest classified site in Russia, and they are the second largest in the world after Craigslist, and they are a partner, an official partner of ROAD, which is a Russian equivalent of NADA, and they support advanced methods and instruments to help automotive community at large. So they support this project. And they asked me, they want me to ask you this question. Could you tell us about a specific business case of the book application? In other words, you had a dealership or a salesperson or a sales team, whatever business case you want to use, that did not have the book before. They bought the book, simplifying it, bought the set of books or whatever, started using them, put an effort into using them, and what came out of it? How much time did it take, and what results did it bring? What, be that dollars or more sales or whatever you think would be a good business case to describe the value of the usage of the book.
First of all, I want to thank Avito Auto for everything you guys do, for your sponsorship, for your support for us. Man, it's awesome. And, you know, guys like me and Sergey, we couldn't do this stuff without you guys. So thank you. As far as the playbook goes, I think the playbook, first of all, when I go into dealerships, I work with stores. I hold seminars, 2 days where we may have 50, 60, 100 people there from multiple dealerships, right? That's fine. That's lighting their hair on fire, giving them knowledge. But when I go in and work long-term with dealerships, we just signed up, like I was talking about this new Ford store. We've got numerous where we go into on a regular basis. I will not go in there unless we're implementing the playbooks. Because if everyone's not on the same page, if everyone is not doing business the same way, then we're not going to be able to have repeatable success. Repeatable success is all about having a repeatable process. Without repeatable process, how do I duplicate success? How do I do it month after month, year after year? And the playbooks we implement right away. And I will tell you, when you start out with the playbooks, right? These aren't just generic Franklin planners or any of that. This is specific. We are target shooting with a rifle. Then everybody has a playbook. We train them. We kick them off. When the playbooks are done with the managers and salespeople, the first quarter's playbook that we use, the first time we kick it off, it's a challenge. Some of them embrace it. Some of the salespeople embrace it right away, and it clicks. Some of them, man, we go through the goal setting section and half of it's blank, and the half that isn't blank has 1 or 2 words because they've never been challenged to dream big, to think big. You know, I think so often we've been told that we need to set goals. We need to have a plan. You should, okay, but rarely are we ever given step by step by step processes and questions that we follow to set our goals and put a plan together, right? It's one thing to tell me, it's another thing to show me and do it with me. And like we've got pretty much everyone that we work with, when we get to that third playbook, when we get about 6 months and 9 months into the dealerships, if for some reason the shipment doesn't show up on the playbooks on time to kick off the quarter, man, they're calling us and pissing and moaning and wanting to know where their playbooks are, because everybody in that dealership is all, that's how they live their business. They're open. The managers love them more than the salespeople do, because now the managers have something real, something tangible, something that they can use to help coach, motivate, and inspire their players. And it's an accountability tool, because now I go in, I know what your personal goal is. I know what makes you tick. I know what you want to achieve. It's not just money. It might be they want more time off to coach their kids' hockey team. I know what makes you tick, what motivates you, and I could use that to help you get better results as a salesperson. So there is no doubt, every one of our dealerships that use it, that we go into regularly, they use it. It takes them 2 to 3 playbooks before it's second nature. And it helps them grow, because they're able for the first time in their career to set real goals, and not just a swag method of goals, which is a sophisticated wild ass guess. And we just pull numbers out of blue sky and say, I'm going to sell 20 this month. How are you going to do it? I don't know. I just got a feeling. You don't sell cars because of feeling. It's facts, not feelings. So now we all know what we're going to do. We know the plan, and really it creates teamwork in the store, right? The definition of teamwork, everyone working together towards a common goal. One vision, one goal, one plan, one team. And if you're an individual and your dealership's not going to buy it for you and you're going to invest in it yourself, then do it. Look, no, success is not a demand on life. It's a response to life. You make it happen or you watch it happen. And most people don't care if you succeed or fail. They don't care. They care about themselves. If you care about yourself, you're going to make that investment. It may seem like a lot, but you know what? That investment, it pays back. You owe it to yourself to make yourself better. And that playbook will make you better. It will make your dealership better, as long as we're all committed to doing it. If you're committed to it, if you just try it, it's probably not going to get you the results you're looking for. If you're committed to it, like I always say, you sit down to eat breakfast, right? If you guys sit down and eat breakfast, you got bacon and eggs. Who's more committed to that breakfast, the pig or the chicken? Right? Chicken just donated. The pig is all in. Be the pig. Be 100% committed to it. And it's like the American Express. You won't leave home without it. Everywhere you go, you'll have this baby at your side, because it will help you get better.
Tim, I think this was a wonderful, excellent, extended answer to this question. Wonderful, wonderful structure. But Tim, this was a great expanded answer, and it shows the value of usage of the book, setting goals, structuring everyday activities, planning life, making your team and dealership better. However, you're from Missouri, so you know the expression, show me state. So we still, and our audience and myself and Davida, who asked that question, we want to hear some numbers. Whether it was a gross and the car business, or pretty much most of other businesses, is all about money. So sure. Before the book and after the book, once people implement all those goals, structure, this, that, the other thing, do their sales increase? Do their profits increase? Can you put the value, the tangible value on the usage of this book, on the effort that it takes to use it?
So one of our big dealerships, domestic store, GM store, General Motors, prior to us coming in there, they were making minimal profits at best. They were selling almost 400 new Chevrolets per month, and it was very little profit. We implemented the playbooks along with many other things. They now, 2 years into this, If they don't make $1 million in gross profit in a month, they feel like they failed. Prior to us, if they made 150 or 200,000 in a month, they felt they were kicking ass. And after the first full year of their managers and salespeople using it, every manager increased their income by a substantial amount. Without getting into their numbers, their pay went up for the first time ever, by 6 figures. And their salespeople, all but 2 of their salespeople, made more money and sold more cars than they ever had before. And I'm not really sure those 2 didn't. I think the math wasn't necessarily done right. So what it did, it made everybody a believer because they had to use it. It was not a choice. They used it. Every one of their managers increased their income. Every salesperson except for 2 increased their income. And it's a big store, selling 400 cars a month, new. And the dealership now grosses well over 5 million more than they ever would have made in the past. So the numbers are insane on what these guys are making because they stuck to it. And is it just a playbook? Absolutely not. That's not a magic bullet. But without that playbook, they wouldn't have been able to know how they were doing and what needed to get better.
Tim, this is the answer I was looking for. So let me just repeat it and correct me if I misunderstood anything. By implementing your methods, fully supported by the playbook, which you refuse to work with car dealerships, from what you said a few minutes ago, unless they use this tool, because you don't, for one reason or another, you don't find the an ability to as you said before, I actually wrote it down, repeatable success as a result of repeatable process. So if the dealerships that you don't work with do not want to commit to repeatable process, which is the playbook, they don't get repeatable success, and then your name is on it, you pass. So, but you did say that aside of the playbook, you went in there, you taught them, you trained them, you probably applied some other techniques. In your own words, they increased their their profit, whether it was gross or net, whatever, $750,000 a month after a year. How much of it can be attributed to the playbook? Put an estimate on how much would be the value.
Big picture, that's big picture for the store. But the reality is it's all a multiplier effect, right? You're only as strong as your weakest link. If you got one weak link in the chain, then the chain's going to break. Doesn't matter how strong the other links are. And without having a tool like the playbook, then you have a weak link in your chain and it will break. They are supporting tools. It is that pebble in the pond. You throw the pebble in the pond, ripples come out. That pebble is the playbook, and it affects every ripple from there. It affects my skill level, because in there I am rating myself. I'm doing my stats. I'm tracking, so I know what I'm good at, what I'm not good at. So now it gives me real information on what I need to train to get better at, what specific area. It affects the ripple of my vision and my goals and my long-term thinking. So I don't just have a job. I'm actually looking at this as a career, right? Job stands for just over broke. I don't want to be just over broke. I want a career. So it's affecting my long-term growth and mindset potential. So it is the best way to look at it. It's that pebble in the pond that affects every success ripple from there. Because now you have a grip on your career. You have control over what you're going to do. It gives you guidance. So now as you start developing your skills, as you get better work habits, as you start creating a vision, as you start building your customer base, it affected every single one of those and it changed your mindset. So there's not one little number that goes to it, but every number and every result is affected by it.
So, let me just summarize it. The book is the key. Everything around it be that your training, be those videos, book creates the structure in work, and that structures your life. And I want to, obviously this is not the first webinar that we're doing, but I want to go back to the first webinar that we did last year, right before we published your first book, Frictionless. And I remember you said that when you work with car dealerships, you go there, I don't remember how many times, like 3 times first year, 2 times second year. And the measure of success that you use is that once you leave, you don't have to go back, and the dealership continues to produce the results. So the reason I remembered that and used it as an example is that the book is a structure, and that is really where the alliance portion of $750,000 a month dollar increase came from.
It's where it all started. That was the beginning of the tidal wave that allowed it to start its momentum and maintain and continue its momentum. That's the beauty of it.
All right, Tim, this was a great interview. Then this book is just so special. It's so unique. It's so interesting. And we actually put, me and my partners, we put a lot of effort into fine-tuning it to Russian reality, to the business processes that are very specific to Russian dealerships. So there's a lot of work and thought went into this book, but we really, really appreciate an opportunity to work with the knowledge of your group, with your products. I want to thank you very much for working with us, bringing this valuable, unique knowledge to Russian automotive community. And we certainly hope when the travel restrictions are over, we are certainly hoping that this is going to be this year, you and your team can come to Russia.
I love it. I can't wait to get there. I'm ready. Let's make it happen.